friends, my name is Marinés, and it's been a while on this channel. It's been a little bit quiet, but we're approaching a milestone in the book that we're recapping right now, which is Eclipse by Stephenie Meyer. And I remembered that we used to do these vlogs for the midway points of the 50 Shades of Grey series, so I reached out to the girls that I'm recapping with and just asked if any of them were interested in doing this vlog style with me for the midway point, which I realize is a little bit weird because we didn't do it for the first two books, but it's fine, right?
Hey guys, it's Kirsty. We have made it to chapter 15 of this terrible, terrible book, which is approximately halfway-ish. So we figured that we would vlog it for you.
We pick up 1 second after the stop of the previous chapter because that's the way Stephenie Meyer rolls. And basically what's happened is that Jacob has confessed his love for Bella because he just wants it to be out there, even though he knows that Bella doesn't love him back. So Jacob's just said, "I love you," and Bella's kind of staring at him in disbelief because homeboy can't take a hint. Bella starts to be all like, I can't, I don't love you, but Jacob cuts her off and is all, "Do you want me to leave?" And Bella's like, "No, I don't want you to like go away forever." And he's like, "See?" And apparently there's like no middle ground between like never seeing you again and I love you forever to Jacob in his mind, because this is some kind of triumph for him. Bella tries to explain that she doesn't want him around in the same way that he wants her around, and Jacob keeps trying to like manipulate his way in here and is like, "Well, tell me why you do want me around." And Bella says that, you know, she misses him when he's not around. She's happy when he's happy. But also like she feels that way about her dad and like other people she cares for. Even though Bella just basically said, "I love you like my dad," Jacob is totally unruffled by this and is like, she wants me around. This is great.
So Bella tells Jacob that she has to go because she loves him, but she's not in love with him. He proceeds to stroke her face a lot and she slaps his hand away.
Bella asks him if he thinks he could probably like stop with the cheek stroking and just behave better when he's around Bella, and Jacob says no.
She asks him to behave himself better and his response is, "No, I don't. You decide, Bella. You can have me the way I am, bad behavior included, or not at all." Because ultimatums are so much fun in a friendship.
Bella says that this is pretty mean, that, you know, he won't stop touching her when she doesn't want to be touched. And Jacob turns it around and says that she's the mean one. And Bella somehow agrees with this because if she weren't mean, she would like say that she didn't want to be friends with this guy and run away. I don't think mean is the word that we should be using here. Like if Bella was smart, she would run away. Jacob forgives Bella for being so mean that she wants to still be his friend, and it's totally okay with him anyways because he's decided that he's not going to give up on Bella, aka he's going to keep making advances on her even though she's used her words and said, "Please stop," immediately. Jacob reminds Bella that she loves him too, and it might not be in the same way that she loves Edward, but now Bella has like other people in her life because Edward dumped her and like left the country and erased himself from her life or whatever the hell he did. She was forced to like find another dude, and now she has two dudes whether she likes it or not, is apparently what Jacob is saying at this point. Jacob gets really serious because he's kind of been like half joking this whole time, and he grabs her face and tells her that he's going to keep fighting for her until her heart stops beating, which is like this whole loaded thing because, you know, she's gonna die. She's gonna be like vampirized.
Jacob reminds Bella that she loves him too and decides that he's gonna get a little bit touchy-feely. "Until your heart stops beating, Bella," he says, "I'll be here, fighting. Don't forget that you have options." Yes, and one of those options is getting the fuck out of Forks and away from both of these manipulative assholes. But no, Bella says that she doesn't want options, she just wants to die and spend eternity with Edward. And Jacob's response to this is to kiss her, very, very forcefully.
So Jacob is still like holding Bella's face and she like realizes what's gonna happen and she starts to say no, but before she get the O part of that out, Jacob smashes his face up against Bella's and starts kissing her without her consent, and not only kissing her but like angrily kissing her, and Bella over describes like his hot breath all over her mouth and like in her mouth. She's used to like kissing an icicle with like Dentine ice breath. So I don't know if this is like just disgusting to her because she's not used to it. Like, is Jacob normal? Or is his hot breath like werewolf breath? Like,
his lips crushed mine, stopping my protest. He kissed me angrily, roughly, his other hand gripping tight around the back of my neck, making escape impossible. Oh my god, how in their right mind can anybody see this as a romantic thing that should be shipped, ever? No, this is completely unacceptable, and I'm really fighting the urge to throw this book across the room, and the only reason I'm not is that the spine is already broken because this is the copy that I took from work, and I don't want to have to pay money to replace it.
Bella starts to like push up against him and try to push him away, but she can't, and this makes Jacob like kiss her deeper and with more anger.
In the end, the only way to get rid of him is to stop moving, and eventually he realizes that, oh, maybe she's not into this after all, and lets go of her.
Like, she tells us she just starts like playing dead, and that's when Jacob's not into it anymore. Like, while she was fighting back, he was into it. When she starts to play dead, he's like, oh, maybe it's time to stop. So Jacob leans away and he's got this like self-satisfied smile on his face, like he is loving life right now, and Bella punches him in the mouth, but he's made of werewolf. And she breaks her own hand against, like, Jacob is like, are you alright? And Bella's like, no, you broke my hand. And Jacob says, no, Bella, you broke your hand. Obviously, Bella wants to get out of there as soon as possible, and she's like determined to walk, but Jacob somehow convinces her to let him drive her back, and Bella's like, cool, because I want to see what Edward does to you when he realizes that you've been harassing me basically for the entire time I've been here. I hate this so much. Like, I hate it because it's awful. I hate it because Jacob was like marginally better and now he's not. And I also hate it because coming to La Push was supposed to be like the better option for Bella instead of being babysat by a bunch of her boyfriend's brothers and sisters. Like, she can't step out of doors because she's too tiny and fragile. So it was supposed to be like, well, I can go visit my friend and be safe there, and this is a better option than having my boyfriend stalk me through his relations, but it's not a better option, and Edward was right, and now babysitting is like the only thing that is good. I hate it so much.
Jacob tells her that she's going to think about him when she sleeps, and I kind of want to throw up right now.
Bella is like pissed. She is like angry, and Jacob just is not processing this. Like, he keeps saying really creepy things like, you're gonna think about me tonight, you're gonna remember that you have the option of my hot breath.
Just think about how it could be, Bella, he urged in a soft, eager voice. You wouldn't have to change anything for me. You know Charlie would be happy if you picked me. I could protect you just as well as your vampire can, maybe better. And I would make you happy, Bella. There's so much I could give you that he can't. I'll bet he couldn't even kiss you like that because he would hurt you. I would never, never hurt you, Bella. How many more ways can she say no? Like, she tried pushing you away, she had to stop moving so that you would realize she wasn't into being kissed, and then she broke her fucking hand punching you in the face, and you still think that maybe you'll change her mind. What the hell is wrong with you, Jacob Black?
For a whole page or two, they go back and forth, like, Bella's like, I don't want you, I can't be happy without Edward, and Jacob's like, give it a try, like, try it.
He drives her home and she's like, why the hell am I here? This is not a place where doctors are. I want to go to Edward's house because Carlisle is there and he can fix my fucking hand that I broke on your face.
She doesn't want to go to the hospital for her broken hand and have to explain that she punched a werewolf in the face. But they're home now, so Bella tells Jacob that she's just gonna go inside, ice her hand, call Edward, and then have Edward take her to Carlisle, and somehow this goes in Jacob's head and he hears an invitation to also come inside.
Eventually they go inside and Charlie's like, why is Bella putting ice on her hand? And Jacob's like, oh, because I kissed her. And Charlie says, good for you, kid. No.
Charlie asks why Bella hit him, and Jacob explains that he kissed her, and Charlie says, good for you, kid.
That is not an appropriate reaction to that. Like, I get that Charlie doesn't like Edward, but no. If your kid breaks your hand on some dude's face, you do not congratulate the dude. You're like, what the fuck did you do to make my daughter punch you in the goddamn face?
I'm very glad that we're getting all this on video because it's kind of just mind-blowing to me that here is a chapter where I hate everyone more than Bella Swan.
Bella rings Edward and fills him in. When he finds out that the reason that she punched Jacob is because he kissed her, all I heard on the other end of the line was the sound of an engine accelerating. Is that a thing that you can... I'm really confused right now. Like, is he holding the phone to the car engine or just holding it silently and not managing to crush it in his vampire grip? I don't know what's going on right now.
Edward gets there and he examines her broken arm and he congratulates her because apparently the fact that she broke it means that she put some real force into that punch. I don't even know what's happening anymore really here. We're,
Edward turns up so that Jacob and Edward can have a dick measuring contest because of course.
Edward gets all growly, but Charlie steps in the middle and says that there will be no fighting, and Bella steps up and is like, well, I'm the one who hit him, so Jacob smiles though and says he's not going to press charges. LOL. Jacob just keeps smiling because he apparently has no idea that like Bella doesn't like him at all. He hasn't been listening and paying attention, so he's like doing all this like bravado stuff about how he's gonna fight for Bella, and Edward's like, bring it on, but it's not really a fight because Bella doesn't want Jacob.
Edward basically threatens to kill Jacob if Bella is ever hurt in his presence again, and he calls him a mongrel because continued racism is just a theme in this book. And then I want to throw up and take a shower because I actually agree with something that Edward Cullen says. And if you ever kiss her again, I will break your jaw for her, he promised, his voice still gentle and velvet and deadly. What if she wants me to? Jacob drawled, arrogant. Ha, I snorted. If that's what she wants, then I won't object, Edward shrugged, untroubled. You might want to wait for her to say it, rather than you trust your interpretation of body language. But it's your face. Like, yes, he should wait until he's sure that she wants to be kissed, but I do not like agreeing with Edward Cullen on anything ever. This makes me very uncomfortable. Edward then says that he's going to be fighting for Bella's love as well, and that Jacob shouldn't assume that, you know, like he's the only one who's fighting here. And then Edward says, she is mine, and obviously, literally all I can think of is True Blood and Sukkit is man, which is a thing that has always pissed me off, and I'm still sad that we can't find a gif for that, because we recap so many things where we could really use a gif of Bill saying Sukkit is man, and yet apparently one does not exist. They go back to the Cullens' house and Emmett thinks it's hilarious that she broke her hand punching a werewolf in the face, and Rosalie says smugly Jasper's going to win the bet. Bella demands to know what the bet is, and she's informed that everybody is betting on how many times she murders somebody in her first year of being a vampire. Which, like, let's be real, if I had to hang out with Bella Swan, I would probably also be betting on how many people she would murder in her first year. But I would probably also be betting on how many times I wanted to murder her when I had to be around her 24/7.
Jasper is betting high because he's tired of being the weak link, and it will make him feel better about himself if Bella kills a lot of humans.
Carlisle looks at her hand and it does turn out to be broken. I continue to not give any fucks.
And she kind of realizes that she's thought a lot about being a vampire to be with Edward forever and being beautiful, basically. Those are the things that she mentions, like finally being strong and beautiful. But she hasn't thought about like the thing with vampires where they drink blood and want to kill people. She's blocked that whole thing from her mind, and it worries her for half a second before she thinks that, you know, she trusts Edward though. She trusts Edward enough to trust him to not let her kill people and to take her to Antarctica to hunt penguins if need be. So she's not going to worry about the whole thing where being a vampire means that you lust for human blood.
But in truth, I could handle that part because I trusted Edward, trusted him absolutely to keep me from doing anything I would regret. I knew he'd take me to Antarctica and hunt penguins if I asked him to. What the fuck did penguins ever do to you? She becomes determined that she is going to be a good vampire and not kill anybody at all, and then she just sits there and stares at Edward's creepy face while Carlisle fixes her hand.
And after she decides not to be worried about it, she's like worried about it again, because if she turns out to be this wild, crazy, bloodthirsty vampire, is she still going to be herself? And Edward has been insisting that she get certain human experiences while she's still a human, and she never put any stock into that. But now we end the chapter with the question, is there an experience that she really wants to have while still human? I'm not sure where this is leading, but the only thing that I can think of is Sparkle Peen, so...
And that, thank Christ, is the end of this endless chapter. We will see you back on the blog for chapter 16. Bye guys.
Bye. Being with Edward is so amazing that her broken hand doesn't even hurt that much anymore. He's a giant ice pack though, so it's not really that surprising. She's probably just like resting her broken hand.
But of course Bella is in the car when they have their stick measuring contest because of course a girl can't be present and stand up for herself. She has to have men do it for her.